So I'm in Houston, Texas, door dashing, and I'm happening to pick an order up from Jersey Mike's. And this Nom Nom Noodles is right next to me. Let's see. Oh, this whole ghost town. Ooh, Jesus. Y'all still on business?
I'll tell you what though, I know exactly what Asian businesses I'm going to support because I know for a fact they're not anti-black. They're always inviting me to their dinners and gatherings and always trying to get me with their cousins and nieces. My Chinese uncle's the first to call me on the phone and telling me to show up to his place of business or his home so he can show me what's new happening in his life. And whatever the hell he's got going on, he's gonna yap about it for 2 fucking hours. He's gonna pour me a few cups of tea, mention his niece a couple times on how she's trying to get married, and Chinese grandma's gonna come out of the woodworks with a massive plate of pork dumplings. Like, when in the hell did you make that shit? If there is one thing that I've learned about the Asian community, regardless of ethnicity and nationality, is if they fuck with you, they will make you out to be family. They will treat you good, they'll make sure you eat, and if you need any help, they got your back. They proved themselves to me, and they proved themselves again with the Cyrus Belton situation. Not like they needed to prove anything to me, but simply because they loved me and accepted me for who I am as a person. They never judged me by my skin color. No microaggressions, no hatred. They saw me as a friend and they saw me as family. And that's exactly how it should be. If you're going to be boycotting, avoid these racist Asian businesses like a plague. Because the ones who do stand with you will make that known. They will not hesitate to befriend you in any means. That's all I gotta say in the matter. This is Onyx and I'm gone.
If Black folks boycotting Asian businesses is what it takes to fast-track Asian folks into deconstructing their internalized white supremacy and anti-Blackness, so be it. Boycott. I didn't apologize to the Black community in my video yesterday so that y'all would magically trust me or forgive Asian people suddenly. I apologized to hold my people accountable, because the Asian community owes an apology, and the Black community deserves to receive an apology. Is it enough? No. But is it one grain of rice in the direction of repair? I believe so. Trust can only be rebuilt through action, so I will continue educating Asian folks in my life, both online and in real life, to deconstruct the internalized white supremacy and anti-Blackness, because Black folks are some of the most soulful, caring people I know, and y'all deserve better.
No, I understand. I ain't gonna take your time, but just hear me out. Just hear me out, please. You seen what happened down in South Carolina, right? No. When they sat there and shot that Asian King, I ain't on none of that. You know, I'm just an activist. That's all I am. All right? And all we doing is we just trying to sit here and stand up for our people. Just look it up, the South Carolina gas station shooting, all right? That should make you understand where we're coming from. And then you heard about Carmelo Anthony, right? Look up Carmelo Anthony, see what they did to him too. But listen, please, for us, please, I beg you. Thank you. I'm sorry for, I'm sorry if I was hostile. I'm sorry.
Ma'am, we boycotting these type of businesses. I don't know why you're going in here. You might not have heard what's going on, but look up Cyrus Belton. Oh yeah, I know about it. Yeah, but you're still going in. Today I am out in the streets spreading the word of the boycott that is happening now and letting people know that this ain't what we doing no more, okay? So stay tuned. All right, I'm walking to the beauty supply store to see if any Black people are in there supporting the Asian business. I understand that a lot of people do not know, and that's why I'm out here trying to spread the word and let people know that, hey, this is not what we're doing. So yeah, let me walk up. You see this beautiful view? I'm in Waldorf, Maryland. Parking lot look full. We're gonna see when we walk in. Man, we shouldn't even be. Have you heard about the boycott that's happening? Yeah, we shouldn't even be in here, girl. You know what? And I'm about to tell. Okay, it's not really that many people in here. Hello, everybody, Black women. I'm here to represent the boycott that's happening for Cyrus Belton. He was killed by an Asian man, and the verdict was non-guilty for allegedly stealing water bottles that he did not do. We are boycotting all Asian businesses. So I'm coming here to let y'all know we're not doing any beauty supply stores. We're not doing any carryouts, hibachis, none of that. A lot of people don't know. That's why I'm letting y'all black women know that we're not doing this. We're saving our black dollar and giving it to black businesses. I'm sure you heard of it. You look like a young woman. You should know what's going on. So I'm spreading the word, and y'all have a nice day. Ma'am, we boycotting these type of businesses. I don't know why you're going in here. You might not have heard what's going on, but look up Cyrus Belton.
Oh yeah, I know about it.
Yeah, but you're still going in. So spin black, okay? To all my followers, viewers, supporters, if you like what I'm doing and you're with the movement, please donate to my Cash App and support the cause. $FOXI 22. That's Cash App again. FOXI 22. Thank you so much.
That there will come a time when black people wake up and become intellectually independent enough to think for themselves, as other humans are intellectually independent enough to think for themselves. Then the black man will think like a black man, and he will feel for other black people. And this new thinking and feeling will cause black people to stick together. And then at that point, you'll have a situation where when you attack one black man, you are attacking all black men. And this type of black thinking will cause all black people to stick together. And this type of thinking also will bring an end to the brutality inflicted upon black people by white people. And it is the only thing that will bring an end to it.
What it do, y'all, man? Listen, real quick, I just want to say, man, listen, I'm proud of y'all. I've been seeing the pictures. I've been seeing motherfuckers standing on business by not going to the nail shops, going to the Asian stores, doing a boycott, man. I'm proud of y'all. Let's keep it going. And like I said, everybody ain't gonna come. It's all right, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But one thing we should be doing, each one teach one. Every time you see another, you know, hey, listen, make sure y'all ain't fucking with them shops. Handle that business. We finna stand on that business. Hey, little by little, man, but I'm happy, man. Listen, I see y'all sending me pictures like, look, bro, we doing it. It's working. Hey, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
So this Asian guy goes off on black people and actually challenges black people, you know, to actually, you know, go out and go ahead and do a boycott. But check this out, right? So that Asian man put out a challenge to black people to go ahead and boycott Asian businesses. He asked us to go out our way to go ahead and boycott Asian businesses. And it's really not a problem. You see, the thing is, a lot of these Asians is getting on this app talking about how much they don't need us and how much they don't need our money. So why are you so much in our hoods then? Why are you everywhere but your own neighborhoods, right? Why don't you go ahead, you know, and pack up your little, you know, nail salons, your little restaurants and all that and everything that you got going on. Why don't you go ahead and pack up all your businesses and get up out of our hood? See, the fact of the matter is that you guys need us. We don't need y'all. You guys need us. We don't need y'all. You ain't never seen a Jamaican restaurant, Haitian restaurant, Black American soul food restaurant in Little China or any Asian community. You guys don't support anything we do. You guys don't support none of our businesses. I ain't never seen Asians walk into a black establishment to actually purchase anything, to actually pay for anything. Actually walk into a black establishment and actually spend money with black people. I ain't never seen Asian people do it. So how you gonna sit here and act like, oh, we don't need you. We don't need, yeah, y'all need us. The whole world need us. We don't need y'all. We put food in your baby's stomach. Every time we spend our hard-earned money, every time we spend our dollars in your establishment, those dollars are taken out of circulation from our community and is sent to your child. We put food in your children's mouth. You guys don't put food in our children's mouth. We feed your children. You need us. We don't need y'all. You guys don't support us for anything, and guess what? We're still good. We still good. Our kids still eat. We still look good. Our kids still go to school. We got black excellence all around us. But you guys want to highlight the worst of us and plaster it all over the media, all over the world, so you can participate in this little white supremacy game. See, the truth of the matter is that all these nationalities that be coming up around us know that black people is under economic attack. They know that black people is under economic attack, economic oppression. that there's an economic warfare that's going on against black people. So you know what they do? They take advantage of that. They come into our communities, they live among us, they stay among us. You know what I mean? They open up their businesses, they make money from us, then talk behind us behind our backs. Talk behind us behind our backs. They participate in our oppression with white supremacy, but try to stay quiet and act like they not. Come on. Y'all need us. We don't break bread. Y'all don't break bread with us. We break bread with y'all, and we still good. We feed y'all children. When a sister goes get her nails done in an Asian restaurant, she's literally putting a spoon in your baby's mouth back in Asia. Let's be real. Y'all don't break bread with us. Whatever we say is hot. We make the culture here, and we the ones who's buying. We have the buying power. We the ones who said, hey, Mercedes-Benz is hot. Benz is hot because we said it's hot. Jordan is hot. We said it's hot. Nike's hot because we said it's hot. It ain't y'all. Nobody ain't following y'all. Y'all following us. And it's not just the Asians. I'm not talking about all the Asians, but a lot of them. But it's not just them. It's all these other nationalities, the Arabs, the Indians, all these people. You go into a black mall, right? All these Arabs are in there. All these Indians are in there selling jewelry. I want to challenge y'all. Go around, you know what I'm saying, where they selling jewelry at, and ask them, yo, who's your supplier? I went to a mall, I went to like 5, 6, 7 jewelers. Who's your supplier? Who's your supplier? Who supplies you with jewelry? I asked one jeweler, his eyes was like, couldn't believe it. Because they only come here to sell to us. They ain't trying to collaborate, they ain't trying to do business with us, and they trying to gatekeep whatever they got going on to keep us out. But they'll take your money, then turn around and talk shit about you. Turn around and come on the internet and say that we're begging for scraps and for reparations because they scared. Because they scared. Because they know that the day that comes, when we get paid, when we get our money, when we get paid, we ain't gonna need nothing. We ain't gonna need nobody for nothing, especially them. They're leeches. Come in our neighborhoods, take our money, exploit the racist system that is pointing against us, then act like they not, oh, we don't participate in racism, but in your household talking mad smack about us. But see us and smile in our faces, just to get some money, just to get a dollar bill. And then they pack up and they go to sub-Saharan Africa. They go into Africa right now, they doing the same exact thing. Let me tell you something too, that Asian dude, the Asian lady in China Mac. The only reason, listen to this, the only reason why China is even a superpower today is because the Europeans allowed it. Okay? Because all of the raw material that is pulled out of Africa is sent to China for processing and manufacturing. That was done deliberately just to keep manufacturing out of Africa. Because they didn't want Africa to become what China is. Africa could become what China is in about 5 to 10 years if they can get into the manufacturing game. But they purposely make sure all the raw material. Come on, man, I know this. And they mad right now. You know why they mad? Because we waking up. We waking up. We waking up. That's why they upset. Black love is coming back. Black pride is coming back. We a monster to deal with. And when we fully wake back up, trust me, a lot of people's gonna starve.
Remember when I said don't boycott, we gotta replace? This is what I'm talking about.
Our strategy is go as close as humanly possible to them. We're better and cheaper. Why not? Good business.
So forget boycotting, replace these businesses in our community. You gotta support each other. Every community has a niche, something that they're known for. We don't have to be known for just what the media portrays us as. We're not just athletes and performers. We're not here just to entertain folks. We are great business minds. We have businesses. We just need to find our niche and start that business today.
That's the American dream.
What business are you going to start today? Put it in the comments. If you don't know how, I can help you for free from conception to trademark. I've done it all. Drop ship to your TikTok shop, sell on TikTok, source stuff from Alibaba, AliExpress. I've owned properties, restaurant, nonprofit. I even had the first Uber courier service called Cabbies. I'll talk about that later. Sell these items, get it fulfilled by Amazon. I do all of that and I can help you too. So let's go.
What's up? Come on, man. They tripping, bro. As a people, bro. Like, man, hold on. I'm going in here. On the real. I ain't bullshitting. I'm in here. Hey, sister. Excuse me, y'all. I ain't trying to intrude on what y'all got going on.
Brooke don't have it in
Y'all know about the boycott, right? We boycotting all Asian beauty supply shops, nail shops, stores. There's a black-owned beauty supply store called Savannah Beauty Supplies here on Egan Road in Madison. Savannah Beauty Supplies. We're sticking together. We're not giving them our money no more. For real.
And you know what? And I said that. I was just trying to get here.
Savannah Beauty Supply.
Okay.
Pass the word.
I promise you.
I'll holler at you out here.
Yeah, I'll let them out there.
For sure, I got you.
I looked it up. It's on the east side.
Yes. If it's out y'all way, I'm sorry. But this is something we're trying to do as a people.
No, I understand.
You know what I'm saying? We're taking our dollar back.
Yeah.
And we're gonna put it back in our community. So far, that's the only beauty supply store we got as a people. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
that's why I didn't know we had one.
Right, so that's where our money gotta go. We boycotting Asian nail shops, all that. You know what I'm saying? Look me up, John King on Facebook. I be posting nail techs. I be posting nail techs, all that on there, bro. You know what I'm saying? John King, pop out Glock out on Facebook, bro. Please spread the word. Spread the word, please. Y'all too. Y'all, thank y'all. Get active, y'all. Hold each other accountable, man. Just do it politely, for real. Come on, man, get on y'all shit. Let's do this shit.
Look at this. Beauty supply owned by Asian right in the middle of a black business strip mall. Right in, look at, on a major street on the road to the airport. Why are y'all here? Inglewood. We need to make this a black-owned beauty supply store. Let's go.
I love when the black community says, let's boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromat.
It is so damn ironic of you to bring up Chinese restaurants and dry cleaners and laundromats because we didn't choose those jobs. We were actually forced into them due to the anti-Asian laws created by white Americans and white European immigrants. And the only reason why those businesses survived was largely because of the support of black people. But a lot of you bootlickers don't know your history. And for that, I'm gonna have to take you to school. Domain expansion. Infinite TED Talk. What's up, everyone? My name is Rainier, and this is the true history of boycotting Asian businesses. You see, before Chinese restaurants and gas stations and beauty supply stores, the first Chinese migrants were actually in America in the 1800s during the California Gold Rush, and then to build the Transcontinental Railroad across the West Coast. But when the gold ran out and the final train tracks were laid, the American economy fell into a depression, and poor white Americans and European immigrants started to feel threatened by Chinese labor. And so what do? They joined anti-coolie clubs, and they advocated for anti-coolie laws that would limit the opportunities of Chinese laborers and tax anybody who hired Chinese workers. The racism was so bad that Chinese people were hunted down in their neighborhoods, beaten up by mobs of white men, or just straight up lynched in the streets. This violence is a big reason why Chinatowns were created in the first place. They are ghettos. They are safe spaces where Chinese people could set up shop and live together. But because of these anti-coolie laws, the only businesses that they could set up and get financing for were restaurants, grocery stores, and laundromats. Quick side note, so you should definitely watch the Warrior series because it's based on the writings of Bruce Lee, and it's set in the 1870s during all this anti-Asian racism. But even though black people were fighting their own freedoms at the time, they still took the initiative to speak up for Asians. And in 1869, the great Frederick Douglass gave the Composite Nation speech, where he said, "Let the Chinaman come. He will help to augment the national wealth. He He will help to develop our boundless resources. He will help to pay off our national debt. He will help to lighten the burden of our national taxation. He will give us the benefit of his skill as a manufacturer and as a tiller of the soil in which he is unsurpassed. Then in 1871 in Los Angeles, a mob of 500 white men robbed Chinese businesses and killed 19 Chinese immigrants. Hatred was so commonplace that companies would release advertisements to sell their laundry products using anti-Chinese racism. And then decades later, when the Hoover Company needed to sell washing machines, they published this ad over here depicting Chinese laundromat workers being displaced by automation. Now, if you watched Sinners, you probably remember the two Asian characters over here who ran a grocery store. And a lot of people were kind of confused why they were included, but that's because many Asians who left the West Coast due to a lack of work and racism, they fled to the South to work on sugar and cotton plantations. Many of those same Asians set up grocery stores in those black neighborhoods, which means black people were speaking up for Asians on the West Coast and putting dollars into our businesses in the American South. Fast forward to the 1980s when Vincent Chin was bludgeoned to death with a baseball bat by two white men who thought that Vincent was Japanese. Ronald Ebens and Michael Nitz recently lost their job at the Chrysler factory, and they blamed the Japanese car market for destroying the American automotive industry, and so they killed Vincent Chin. And when the Asian community needed to seek justice, who showed up for us? Jesse Jackson. I could honestly keep going, but I'm going to end on this note. If you know the Disney movie, The Jungle Book, then you know the author of the original book, Rudyard Kipling. But what you might not know is that Rudyard also infamously created the poem, The White Man's Burden, which symbolizes the pain and the struggle of being a white man who is responsible for carrying African, Asian, Latino, and indigenous people out of the jungles of barbarism into the promised land of civilization. But for a lot of you bootlickers, you seem to think that just because you're in another basket that you're better than black folks, even though we've worked on the same plantations and we've been lynched by the same angry mobs. You're trying so hard to get invited to the picnic, even though history has proven that we'll never truly be accepted by them. And in fact, history shows us the opposite. History has shown us that even though black people have no reason to invite us to the cookout, for well over a century, they have still had the heart to save us a plate. So to all you ungrateful Asian bootlickers out there crying about black people boycotting Asian businesses, just know that this protest doesn't come from nowhere. It came from over 100 years of showing love to Asian people and not receiving that same love and support in return. And goddamn, I think it's time that we need to return the favor.
Mind you, that's another random Asian store, okay? That's not even the store of the racist Asian guy who offed that black kid, okay? I have no idea. Whoever did that deserves to be brought in jail, okay? I don't know why they were thinking that was possibly somehow justified, okay? I understand you're angry that, one of your own people got, offed in such a terrible way for such a terrible reason, but why are you attacking an innocent store owner? Like, genuinely, what purpose does it serve apart from raising racial tensions and making more people aggressive, causing the cycle of violence to continue? You're just going to encourage those people to probably develop racial stereotypes about black people, and they're probably going to start doing the same thing to your stores. Like, do you not understand how this is generally not helping in any way whatsoever? Why don't you attack the actual store of the actual Chinese owner who did the wrong thing? Like, what? This logic is so weird.
Black people boycott their businesses. Boycott all their businesses. We just watched two grown men run after a 14-year-old boy 130 yards and shoot him in the back. And the only way that they could possibly explain that is that he might have been slightly turned around when they shot him, while also holding a gun. Right? Right. And he shot two other people, so he was already trigger happy, and this wasn't his first rodeo. A large portion of the wealth in the Asian American group was also given to them by black Americans by doing business with them. This is why primarily that a large portion of their businesses is in solely black neighborhoods. And like always, we shared our community with them. Black people, we are the only group of people in America that says do not shop with your own people. We are the only group in America that says
I don't know about y'all, but I'm serious about this shit. I'm not spending another damn dime.
You know what? You're right. Let's boycott Asian businesses. But first of all, your glasses, they're probably from Asia. Your hair extensions, probably from Asia as well. Your car and your jewelry, probably from Asia. The clothes on your back, unfortunately Asian as well. And, oh, yeah, TikTok's Chinese.
So what do y'all think about this? Here we go, another Asian telling y'all that y'all can't do without them. And it's amazing to me how the women get on this app and be so quick to say what they ain't gonna do and what they don't need and who they gonna boycott, when you sitting up here with everything on that they produce. You got the hair on, you got the weave on, the clothes, designer clothes, everything he said you got. So what you gonna do? It's kind of unbelievable. And I tell you something else, I've been seeing videos where people have been lately really trying to patronize in the black community. And what happens? One girl said, and this is why I stopped with the black nail technicians, and I had thought about that thing. A lot of black nail technicians, when you go to them and your nails are already done, they don't want to do your nails. They say they don't work over anybody else's work, and you have to go get them taken off. They don't have the service of taking off nails or soaking them off, so you still have to go to an Asian for them to take your nails off. And that's when an Asian told me I was messing my nail bed up because I kept on getting my nails taken off and going to get them redone, a fresh set every time. It's like you destroying your nail bed. I was like, okay. Then you hear another girl on here. She said she patronized with a black establishment the other day, and when she came in, she asked for a certain thing. They didn't have it. And she was like, what do you suggest? And they was like, what do you want? They just had a bad attitude. And she was finna give them a good review. And then she changed it because she's like, they treated her like trash. So what are you doing? I'll tell you something else. Every time I go into a hair supply store, and I go to the same one all the time, they are so nice to me. I get a discount. And then every once in a while, they have a product in there and say, try this and see if you like it. How many times have you went to your black nail technician or your black salon person that does your hair, your black beautician, and they have actually did something like your birthday come up, and they have actually given you something for your birthday, or how else can I say this, or vice versa? How many times do you get your hair done and you know your beautician does a good job and you don't even tip them? I'm just saying, we just out of order in all kind of ways, and we got a lot of work to do. You have to be a certain type of way if you're going to own a business and you want people to come and shop with you, because now they just coming and shop with you because of this boycotting thing. But if they really had a choice and this never would have happened, guess what? They would have never came to your store, because you don't treat them with respect. You don't treat them with respect. And then the good people that do your services, you don't tip them. You understand me? I wouldn't dare not tip my beautician. Wouldn't dare not tip my nail tech, because I appreciate the service they give me.
You know, there was always something unsettling, you know, going into a black beauty supply store, looking for a lock cap, which I wear in a lot of my videos, and seeing an Asian guy behind the counter just hounding me the whole time, right? Like just like eyeing me like a hawk, making sure I don't steal anything or something. And disclaimer, this is not all Asian people. Like, I hate that I have to do disclaimers in every video, but unfortunately people just, they're going to be like, what, you think all Asians are like that? Relax yourself, bro. But there was something odd about going to what is supposed to be a black space and seeing like a non-black person monitoring. Like I'm just like, what? And not every interaction we had was negative, right? Sometimes it was positive, but there were times when you could tell that this person was like actively uncomfortable being there, which I found weird. It's like, why do you have a business in a black neighborhood if you're uncomfortable around black people? Why have a business where a lot of your clientele are black people if you're uncomfortable with black people, right? That's something I never understood growing up. And I understand a bit of the history of why this came to be, but it's like at some point, why did you not just go and get like an Asian beauty supply store and get your own clientele if you're this uncomfortable around black people, right? If you're worried about black people stealing, it's like why continue to do this? That's the part that didn't make sense to me. So when people are saying boycott Asian businesses, it has nothing to do with hate for Asian people. It's just, well, why would I want to go shop somewhere where the owner is uncomfortable with me being there? It's like,
yo, this boycott might be the wake-up call that Asian people really needed. Hear me out. Everybody worried about how this boycott is going to hurt Asian businesses, but I'm more interested in what this boycott is going to make us become. Let's be real. Most of us are operating on formulas that were built 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago by our parents and grandparents. Shit not the same no more. The world changed since then. Technology changed. Communication changed. Man, everything changed. The only thing that ain't really changed is our systems. And here's another thing. Most other people look at Asians like we all the same, but that could be farthest from the truth. Because Asians as a whole is actually divided as fuck. Chinese, Vietnamese, Korean, Japanese, Cambodian, Thai, Filipino, those are all people from different countries. We completely different people. But in America, everybody looks at us like we're the same. So this boycott ain't just gonna affect one group of Asians, it's gonna affect Asians collectively in America. And history has shown, when pressure is applied to different groups of people at the same time, it has a way of making us realize that we got more in common than we actually thought. So could this boycott hurt many Asian businesses? You damn right. But could it also wake the Asian people up in a way that we never saw before? Abso-fucking-lutely. It could make us rethink how we operate and come up with new formulas instead of relying on old ones. It could make younger Asians start stepping up in a way that Asians ain't never stepped up before. Because one thing we Asians have always been good at is adapting. When times get hard, we adjust. When old opportunities disappear, we make new ones. When doors close, we build our own. So the question shouldn't be, what if the boycott hurts Asians? The question should be, what if this boycott wakes us the fuck up?
When are we going to be honest that some of the Asian community, especially the ones with the restaurants, hair stores, and businesses, are actually aggressive, are naturally violent towards the black community? And they specifically have all of their businesses in our neighborhoods because the white demographic will not allow them to integrate and take over their spaces. And this has happened since Jim Crow, since they were able to come over here and get these specific visas. And I'm not saying everybody, but what I am saying is that every single Asian, Korean, beauty store, convenience store, liquor store, anything that they've ever had, restaurant, whenever I have walked in there, nail shop, I have always been profiled, I have always been followed around, and I have always been deemed the aggressor, but I've never been treated with kindness, I've never been treated with respect, and I never have been valued. That is the issue. Rick Chow never valued Cyrus's life. There was no way of them knowing that he had anything on his person until he left that day. And a lot of people keep saying that he stole and it was over $1. It was over absolutely nothing. And what point in society are we going to say that no one regards black life the way that black people do? No one sees us as humans. They still see us as animals, and we are treated as such. And these are things that they are putting in their own kids, putting batteries in their kids' backs. And they are teaching their children to shoot to kill us first before we ever can do anything about it. And like I said, I'm not saying all, but there is a lot.
If you are Asian and you feel terrible about the lack of justice done in the Rick Chow case, I want you to open up a browser window and type in Black-owned businesses and then the name of your town. We live in America under capitalism. Our money is going to talk louder than our vote does, or our words. And if you know that any business, local or mega corporation, has done black people dirty, do not spend your money there. I have not set foot in a Target for years. Sometimes I go in there to take up their air conditioning and not spend any money. Sorry. Go try a black-owned restaurant. I promise it's delicious. Find a black-owned nail salon. Don't go in there expecting mega cheap prices because a lot of these small business owners are navigating generational economic oppression in order to open their businesses. But like I said, what you get can be really, really good and worth it. Before you go spending your money at like an Asian store or other non-Black business, you can see in the comments, like in their Google reviews, if they have multiple people who have experienced racism there. If it happens more than a couple times, then maybe don't shop there.
I am noticing white people join this conversation. And by conversation, I mean the conversation that my community and the Black community are having right now in regards to what happened to Cyrus and how Cyrus was murdered by someone in my community. And I just want to say, I am happy that y'all are on the right side of history because great. But also, I am not willing to let y'all join this conversation and do what y'all did during the Stop Asian Hate thing. Because the truth of the matter is, what happened during Stop Asian Hate was that the majority of the people who were harming my community were white people. And y'all chose to scapegoat the Black people. Y'all did. And created tension between my community and the Black community. And now you're hopping on to this conversation, this issue that your community created, by the way. Your community created this fucking system. And you have the nerve to come into this conversation and try to scapegoat Asian people, try to make it seem like it's all of us who harm. When the reality is the majority of the people in your community are genocidal maniacs.
We do not claim this man. So apparently this guy decided to burn a cross in Chicago, which we all know has historically been a very racist sign that the KKK used to. And the more situations that arise like this, the worse it makes our community look. I just want to make it clear that most Asians know that this is terrible behavior. With this, I do want to remind people that Asians are not a monolith, and assuming that all Asians are racist is in itself racist and perpetuates the stereotype that we are all the same. And at the same time, I do think there have been enough instances for Asians to have to kind of be on the defense. The same way that white people or men sometimes have to be like, by the way, guys, I'm not that. I'm not that. I guess this is me doing that. I guess in some ways it's a good thing because now it gives us the opportunity to clear the air and to define where we are in American society and in history. Because a lot of Asians forget, specifically because the US school system never taught us, that we have a lot of shared history with Black and brown people in America. I was a full-on adult when I found out that Asians were brought to the Americas as slaves as well. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't know that. Or maybe people do know that and I just exposed myself. But I certainly never learned that in elementary school, middle school, high school, etc. I had to learn by going out of my way to learn. So let's make this guy the exception and not the rule and condemn this kind of behavior.
We have gone from people placing huge orders at Chinese restaurants and not picking them up to vandalizing businesses and now this. Yeah, I mean, this guy sucks. I don't really know what else to say. I feel like I'm going to repeat myself here, but we are not all the same. And I think that's important to say again because things seem to be devolving. Yes, there's a lot of anti-Blackness within our community, and it is hard to fight that because we, Asians collectively, cannot even come together as a group. So now would be a good time because I got a lot of comments about this in my last video in this space about, oh, well, what Black businesses do you support? Now would be a good time to clarify that we do support you guys. The biggest example would be during BLM with Breonna Taylor and George Floyd. A lot of us did come out in support of you guys. We marched with you. We, including myself, donated to organizations like the ACLU. My point is, especially with all the discourse right now, maybe you guys don't know that there are a lot of us in support of the Black community. Maybe more than you think. Social media tends to be so polarizing and the negative news always rises to the top. Also, just because I did not make a video about the Rick Chow verdict does not mean that I am anti-Black. There was a lot to digest there. If the charge was Rick Chow stereotypes Black people and that's why he chased after Cyrus, everything would be a lot simpler, but that's not how it was. There was a lot to think about, and I, like a human being, took my time to try and really understand everything that was going on, all the details that were there, that weren't there, and by the time that I had done that, everyone on the internet had already said everything from both sides, and I didn't feel like making a video about it. I am not a buzzword factory who turns on a camera and starts angrily shouting things like anti-Blackness and proximity to whiteness every time something bad happens to a Black person. Not that I'm accusing anyone of doing that, okay? Please. I am sorry for this man. I hope he gets found and tried. We are not all like that. I hope you guys understand. I hope things don't escalate much further because we need each other. Thanks for watching.
What Rick Chow did was disgusting and cruel, but the reactions to his verdict are very concerning. There's a lot of black people trying to boycott Asian businesses, which really irked me, because I never see them boycotting white businesses whenever a white person kills a black person. The double standard is crazy, especially considering that white people kill way more black people than Asians do. And the reason why Asians are being targeted as a whole here is rooted in racism. In the Western world, we are viewed as a monolith, whereas whites are viewed as individuals. That's why the entire community gets punished for something only one of us does. And I know it's 100% racist because you will only see East and Southeast Asian businesses getting boycotted, not South Asians because they don't look Asian. What does a Japanese or Vietnamese restaurant even have to do with the Chinese man's crime? If you live in the US and you look Asian, your parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles are in danger. This situation reminds me of a story my mom once told me. It happened right after I was born and she was still new to the US. One day she was waiting at a bus stop and the bus pulled in and the driver took a look at her but then drove off without saying a word. She was so confused until she read the news that day and realized an Asian person had recently killed a black person and the driver was black. I really wish both communities could unite, but right now it's unrealistic because there's so much ignorance on both sides. The end.
Stop using the black community as scapegoats to ignore the fact that 75% of anti-Asian hate crime offenders were white, especially when black and Asian communities are victims of hate crimes and white supremacy that is still prevalent today. Both black and Asian communities continue to experience racism that became especially visible and intense during COVID era and has not stopped since. Black communities were facing police violence, over-policing, and systemic racism during the height of Black Lives Matter. At the same time, Asian communities were facing a sharp rise in anti-Asian hate, with elderly Asians and women being disproportionately targeted. This didn't happen randomly.
COVID-19 name gets further and further away from China as opposed to calling it the Chinese virus. Has more names than any disease in history. I can name Kung Flu.
When Donald Trump repeatedly called COVID the Chinese virus and Kung Flu, anti-Asian hate crimes spiked. Racist rhetoric from people in power creates real-world violence. And let's be clear, Asians did not start COVID. COVID is a zoonotic virus, emerged from animal to human transmission. Pandemic spread because of global travel, government failures, not because of Asian people. Blaming Asians turns a public health crisis into racism and violence. According to AAPI data and SurveyMonkey, Asian Americans are the least likely racial group to report hate incidents. Only 30% say they feel comfortable reporting to law enforcement. That's due to language barriers, fear of retaliation, distrust in police, model minority myth, and elders not knowing how or feeling safe enough to report. So when people say, where's the proof? Many cases never make it to official statistics. Now let's talk about perpetrators. A 2021 analysis of law enforcement data found that 75% of offenders in anti-Asian hate crimes were white. University of Michigan's Virulent Hate Project also shows that when race is shown, over 75% of perpetrators in reported incidents are white and male. Yes, some viral videos show black perpetrators, but social media is not data. Crime reporting overrepresents black suspects and downplays white perpetrators. Dividing black and Asian communities only helps white supremacy, not victims. So let's stop pitting the black community and Asian community against each other. This is about truth, accountability, and refusing to let racism pit marginalized communities against each other. Black people didn't cause anti-Asian hate. Asians didn't cause COVID. And lies don't protect anyone. Truth does.
When it comes to Asian businesses and boycotting, right? Okay, so I just saw this video of this bull talking about okay, but the man who killed him was Chinese. And y'all can't tell us apart. Here's the thing. It really is one band, one sound when y'all don't make it. If you and your Asian business don't make it crystal fucking clear that there is no anti-blackness, there will be no shopping. Because the only Asian business that I will actively be supporting is the Philly Nail Company, because they ain't never speak out about injustice, give back to the community. I love them damn. 4 years I've been there. And I ain't never have to question or feel like,
the way we be feeling when we walk into certain establishments. So, heavy on it if you don't announce it and I don't feel it, bitch, fuck ya. Love you, bye.
Mucky see, mucky do. I see a little Asian boy coming through, saying, what can we do? You just started my motivation, baby, because this is what I'm going to do to you. Your community will be the first community that's not going to have any views.
It's just me. Hey. Hey, sis. I just wanted to process how empty it was. Just wanted to process how empty it is.
So let's clarify some misunderstandings. When we're talking about boycotting Asian businesses, we are talking about businesses that directly depend on the black dollar, and that is unequivocally, the beauty stores, the nail salons, the extensions. That's the same thing as hair stores. We can say the Chinese restaurants, because Chinese restaurants are 3-to-1 in any given hood. There is 1, 2, 3, literally on the same block right here. It's just we're not. Yeah, okay. TikTok is a Chinese owned company. All right, I feel like that's one of those things. Hell, if we have to go that far, fine. But TikTok does not directly depend on the black dollar. So your comment saying the black dollar is about 1% of Asian business. Sure, that might be true for TikTok, but on Bushwick Ave, where there's 3 hair stores, all Asian owned, in a primarily black areas of Brooklyn, I think it's undoubtedly the black dollar that is paying their rent. So when we say that we're being followed around by store owners and accused of stealing in their establishments, it's the establishments that black people directly shop with or interact with. So no, Honda, Nissan, any car manufacturer, no, they are not directly making a dollar off of black people. So no, yes, you're right. We're boycotting certain Asian businesses, and if the parameters are not clear enough, the descriptions is not clear enough, go outside and walk through and go to all of the Asian businesses and ask them. Just ask, especially if you're Asian. Like, why would they lie to you? Why would they lie?
I support the economic boycott that the black community has been calling for against Asian-owned businesses. And here's why. You should never spend your time and energy in people that don't see you as humans. That if you went into their store, you would fear for your life. So let me give you an example. Anytime I want to eat Mediterranean food, I've learned that Mediterranean is a very loose term for a region that's currently being colonized. I'll call the restaurant and just straight up ask, is this restaurant owned by an Israeli person? And or is the head chef an Israeli person? If they say yes, I say, well, that's unfortunate because I cannot support a restaurant that supports genocide in an apartheid state. And not only that, I'm going to put your name on a list that I started in 2023, which is just my Excel spreadsheet, with other friends who also don't support Zionist institutions. And also on a tangent, like, what is Israeli food? These are the lengths that I am willing to go through in not supporting a business that doesn't see every human with dignity. We should already be boycotting corporations. Like, for example, Hyundai, which is a Korean company, their bulldozers are currently tearing down homes in the West Bank of occupied Palestine. So they're displacing the indigenous people. We should be boycotting, or at the very least, not buying the latest iPhone every year, because Apple is illegally mining cobalt and coltan in the Democratic Republic of the Congo and using slave labor to dig out those minerals.
I'ma just be honest with y'all. It's some bitch ass niggas on TikTok. And I'm gonna have to be honest with y'all. It is some all out and out unadulterated bitch ass niggas on this app, which is why I steer clear of it. You can tell from the fact that I am not even recording on my own account that this is not a container for for many different levels of political thought. Especially given the motherfuckers who y'all make famous on this motherfucker on a routine basis, who have nothing to offer but they motherfucking mouth. You ain't never had, these motherfuckers ain't never been in no field. They ain't never talked about being black. They ain't never had no motherfucking politic until they got on this app. They ain't never had no politic. They've never talked about racial and social justice. They grew up around white people mostly, or hang out with whites mostly. And then they want to come on this app and criticize the organizing efforts of black people fighting against racialized extrajudicial violence against children. Against children. Oh, yeah, this ain't gonna work. We shouldn't boycott Asian businesses, or that's not a good idea. The mother of a child victimized by a person who literally, first of all, the mother of Cyrus Belton said that we should boycott Asian-owned businesses which are replete in predominantly black neighborhoods that lack the equity, filled with black people who are barred from having equity and capital to have our own businesses, right? You see how that works out when we do. When we do have a string of businesses, what happens? And the type of rhetoric that follows, and black-owned business this and black-owned business that. But people are criticizing her for saying, in response, just the bare minimum. First of all, a boycott is the bare minimum response for the death and murder of a child, of a black child at that, in a white supremacist capitalist patriarchy country as the one we live in today. That's the bare minimum, right? All this shit need to be told up. Fuck the Knicks and Madison Square Garden and that surveillance state and all that bullshit. Don't nobody deserve none of that shit right now. Fuck all that. It's literally kids being killed in all over this world, so that we can have motherfucking basketball games and white people can sit courtside with Timothy Chalamet and Bloomberg and all these fucking white supremacists. Could be all up in box seats watching these niggas, these high-paid slaves, throw a ball back in motherfucking forth so y'all can feel good about yourselves and forget what's actually happening in the world. And that you got a nigga in the skybox who literally bombed a whole school full of children in another country. So what do you think is going to happen to black children here? But my point being is that it does not matter what any motherfucker got to say to a person whose child was murdered. You cannot tell her what the proper recourse is for justice, especially when you have a quote-unquote fake-ass criminal justice system that acquits such a person who kills a child, which the United States justice system does all the time. As Bell Hooks talks about, children are the only group in this world, and especially in this country, who don't have formal rights. There are no resolutions and no charters conferring human rights on children. So what the fuck do you think that means for black children? So you bitch-ass professional TikTok-ass niggas around here talking about, oh yeah, I don't think that's a really good idea. Get your bitch ass out there and go help and do something. Go out there and go do something and stop all this motherfucking jaw jacking and all this wolf and all this ticket selling online. Selling tickets, jaw jabbing, talking out the side of your neck. Oh, it's not a good idea to boycott Asian businesses. Until that is, first of all, that's a great starting point. It's a great starting point. There's a reason why there are majority in black-owned neighborhoods, why the majority of businesses in black-owned neighborhoods, black people aren't the proprietors.
All black neighborhoods, they're not black-owned.
Excuse me. Yeah. In majority black neighborhoods, there's a reason why we are not the proprietors of those businesses. Mm-hmm. That the proprietors of those businesses are not black people and are not stakeholders in that community most of the time and don't live there. And in particular with East Asian people, with Chinese people, it's because of the Chinese Exclusion Act. Mm-hmm. Right? They were barred from having businesses in white areas, like Erica talked about earlier. You ain't never seen no motherfucking beauty supply and no motherfucking liquor stores in no white neighborhood. Mm-hmm. You never seen it. They won't allow it. Mm-hmm. So where do they go? Mm-hmm. To the place where they can extract and appropriate the most capital without having to contribute or give back to it. So until Asian people and black people can come together and intercommunally, we can, hello K-pop, all you motherfuckers want to use AVE and use the culture and talk about that little girl, talk about that girl in Oakland who won the Olympics. Where the fuck she at? Oh. Cause you listen to Mac Dre, I should give a fuck off. What? What do that do for the town? Nothing. So again, until Asian people and black people, which we have done. Well, I'll talk about the Band Done Conference and all of that. We have done. There is solidarity between black people and Asian people, right? But until we can come together and form a solidaristic front against anti-black racism that fuels anti-immigrant xenophobia, that would have Asian people barred from having businesses in white areas due to white people's racism, until we're able to come together and talk about that. Until we're able to come together and talk about the racist ass shit that a lot of Asian people are online saying right now about a motherfucking child, blood, who was murdered and shot in the back. That child was shot in the back. And so you got some of these coons on here talking about, oh, I don't think that's a really good idea. How are you going to boycott all Asian businesses over one Asian person? It's not just one Asian person. We live in such a country where this has happened multiple times. Mm-hmm. The mother of Cyrus Belton. Her simple demand, which is, it's one of these dumbasses on here, talking about, oh, that we didn't make no demands. What's the demand? Don't go nowhere where black people are met with suspicion. We need to deal with the reasons why we have economically parasitized communities where Asian people can own such businesses in those communities without the expectation that they not be anti-black, or with the expectation that they wouldn't be anti-black. Mm-hmm. Right? It was racism from racism emerged the Chinese Exclusion Act. The model minority myth. That's where all that shit come from. So when you start to adopt what Mr. Charlie, what the white man tells you to do, in order to assimilate into American white culture, to be a citizen, yes, you do have to hate black people. So until Asian people are able to come to the table and say, no more, that's not what we're about. We're not fucking with that no more. We want to actually help black people, the billions of dollars of capital that the K-pop industry has extracted from black culture. We want to actually come together with black people and be a unified front against white supremacy. We want to talk about the economics of the situation and how we have been able to expropriate and appropriate black labor throughout all of these years. We want to talk about what's happening on the continent, in the Congo, with Chinese-owned cobalt mines, fueling the genocide there. We want to talk about it together as a community. Until that happens, I don't need no coons talking about, we don't need to be doing this and that. Shut the fuck up. If you're not going to get out there and get that mama no money and go out there and help the people in South Carolina, then be quiet, blood. You hang around a bunch of whites all day long, you don't say shit about what they do. You be quiet as a mouse up in them parties. You be quiet as a mouse at the coffee shop. Shut up. Where is he from, this Christian person? Where is he from?
I don't know, babe.
Weak. We got to come together. But you can't come together criticizing people whose kids was just killed. Mm-hmm. And the state sanctioned it. You cannot criticize her. You can't say nothing about those people in that community. Because they kids then went through it too. You can't say shit about that. I wish you motherfuckers on TikTok shut the fuck up sometime. I'm sorry, this was an expletive lace. This was an expletive lace rant, but this is bothers.
Because the fact that there's even one Asian American who can get on the internet and show more anger at the thought of losing the black dollar than the reality of a black child losing their life, it's shameful. It's disgusting. And that is a community issue. No Asian American who is actually in community with Black Americans is mad about the talks of a boycott of Asian American businesses in response to the Rick Chow verdict. No Asian American who actually stands for racial justice and knows the history of racial solidarity between Asian and Black American communities is against this. The ironic thing is that the guy who made that video was appropriating Black culture, right? Like with his streetwear aesthetic. So it's like you put on Black culture as a costume, you demand angrily the black dollar, and hold no space for the Black life that was lost. Get the fuck out of here. No, nobody should support you at all. I've already said in a different video to a follower that was telling me, you know, hey, I don't want you to take this negatively, but my community's saying they don't want to support Asian people. And I was like, I'm not mad. I understand. And if you need to take time away from me, take time away from me. And guess what? That person did not take time away from me. I don't think I've lost a single Black follower in this mess because I'm not a fucking anti-Black piece of shit. It's not hard to understand that Black Americans have never demanded anything in this country from any other racial group except for human fucking decency. And the human thing for the Asian American community to do is to not police Black grief.
And to the Asian man who had something to say about Black people boycotting the Asian community like we need him, let me tell y'all, he must need a reality check. First, let me just start by saying these are a couple of things that he said that if we take away, we ain't gonna survive. So he said Chinese food, dry cleaners, laundromat, liquor stores, Jordan, Nike, shower cap, sound system, and microphones, y'all. Honey, you must ain't know we got soul food. We got the collard greens and neck bones. We got the macaroni and cheese. We got the fried chicken. We got the turkey wings. We got the yellow rice. We got the cornbread. We got the tuna salad. We got the potato salad. And we got the dressing. Sir, we will survive without your Chinese food. We can really survive without your food, and you ought to be happy, because if it wasn't for the Black community, your food would still not went nowhere. Because we honored and appreciated your food, and yeah, it was good, but sir, we can live without it. We got soul food over here, sir. Soul food over here, and we got soul food takeout. So what are you talking about? You gonna talking about laundromats and dry cleaners? Do you forget that we are do you know what we went through? And you think because you going to take your laundromats and dry cleaners for us that we just going to poo and just go with our grandmamas used to hang our clothes on the clothing line. We used to wash our clothes on the washboard. You ought to be happy that Black people is bringing their business to you to get a washer and a dryer, sir. You ought to be happy. You think white's the only one that's making y'all rich and giving y'all what y'all need? When we play a major part in that? Honey, you must need a reality check. Now, the only thing that I can say is us Black folks do spend too much money on Jordans and Nikes. Billions of dollars on Jordans and Nikes. But Michael Jordan is a Black man, is he not? And sound systems and microphone. Have you not heard a Black soprano? Have you not ever been to a Black church to hear a Black woman or a Black man sing in a high note without your microphones, baby? Our voices are magical. Our voices are golden. What God has gave us is a gift that no man on this earth have. We sound good without your microphones, sir. We can sing an a cappella song and sound chef kiss well. So you're talking about taking your and rap with your hat on that started with Black people. Look how you wearing that hat. You look like a Black man. So I say all that to say us, you sound like a spoiled kid whose mama's been giving them everything. And now it seems to be that mama needs to punish you for what you're saying and take back everything I gave to you. You sound like a crying little baby. You know, like when a mom takes a kid's gaming system and stuff like that because she was the one that's giving him all of that and she needs to give him a reality check to get him to act right and be right. Sir, you sound like a spoiled kid. And it sounds like we need to put BTA. That's even if you know what that means. BTA to your community. And maybe you'll understand and see.
Listen, I don't eat it. This is the law. You go somewhere, you don't eat the thing, you don't pay for it. If you want me to pay for it, I will have to pay it, and I will record it, and I will sue you guys because I do not eat that noodle.
Yeah, I was talking to the chef about that, and he said the best we can do is just like pay for the original price, which is like the $3.
I don't like it. My kids don't eat it.
Yeah, I understand that, but like that's the best that we can do, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but we didn't eat it.
But I don't eat it.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him, but that's like
the law.
I know, I'm sorry.
That's the law of the country. If you buy something, you don't eat it, you don't pay for it.
Mhm.
I don't go with it, I don't live with it. You take it back, dog. Why would I pay for it?
Yeah, but
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to.
Policy.
I like to keep my stuff.
That's my first time seeing that though. For
I'm
real.
gonna have to record that the whole incident and.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, but
Probably I know it's not you, but if the owner was here and he heard that, I don't think he'd go back and forth for $5. I don't think he'll. No.
I come here all the time.
Yeah, I know you guys. You guys are like, I know your food order. But it's something that my manager told us that.
All right, no problem. We're gonna pay for it, but you guys gonna get a suit then for that.
No, that's fine.
It's like y'all forcing us to pay for something we didn't eat.
Yeah, of course. You guys can sue the manager or the owner. I don't know.
I come to this place. How do you call it?
What's this called? Noodle bar?
Noodle
Zen
bar.
Noodle Bar.
Zen Noodle Bar. So I purchased the noodles for my son. He did not eat it, and they're telling me I actually give it, and they bring it to the back. And I told them I don't eat it, I cannot pay for it, and she's telling me I have to pay for it. You hear that?
Sue the manager or the owner. I don't know.
I come to this place. How do you call it?
What's it called? Noodle bar?
Noodle bar. Zen Noodle Bar. So I purchased the noodles for my son. He did not eat it, and they're telling me I actually give it, and they bring it to the back. And I told them I don't eat it, I cannot pay for it. And she's telling me I have to pay for it. You hear that?
First man, hear that. I should leave everything right now and pay for nothing.
Hi, my name is Nidra Williams, and I'm the owner of Solo Beauty Supply. Solo Beauty Supply is the second generation Black-owned, woman-owned beauty supply here in Chicago. We have 2 locations, 8158 South Cottage Grove and 9011 South Ashland. And we are so excited to be the new distributor of a brand new plant-based hair, natural hair, braiding hair. And you can come in store to find it, or you can visit our website, solobeautysupply.com.
The whole situation with Rick Chow and Cyrus Belton is extremely sad, but I have to say,
you actually didn't have to address a damn thing because what you brought up is irrelevant. Whether or not he had a gun and you're saying who's he trying to protect himself, that has nothing to do with how he was killed. Nothing at all. But you want to go ahead and find a way to blame black people, to say, oh, they're looking for a scapegoat. No, they're not. If that young boy went in there and pulled that gun, no one would have been and said, oh, well, you know, they didn't have a right to defend themselves. But that's not what happened. They didn't feel threatened because if they did, they wouldn't have chased him for a football's length of time. They wouldn't have done that if they felt threatened. They chased him down and felt like they could kill him just because they thought that he had something that was valued at less than 99 motherfucking cents. But instead of talking about that, you want to talk about like, oh, I've had a gun pulled on me, and guess what? You're alive, aren't you? So if we want to talk about black boys and girls being armed in certain cities, we need to talk about why certain cities are like that and why they feel like they need to be armed, because they're resource guarding, because they've been redlined into communities. So if we want to talk about the underlying issue with the black community, like you say you want to, it all goes back to racism. It all goes back to systemic issues that have been placed on black people, and then you're going to blame them for wanting to have safety in those communities, right? You're dumb. And also, that caption in your video is very misleading, talking about that black people want war with Asians. I haven't seen anybody saying they're going to pick up arms and start gunning down Asian people. That didn't happen. But black people saying they're not going to spend their money in a place where they could go in there one day and be fine and the next day be shot because they thought they stole something from them is valid. And if you can't understand that, why the fuck are you speaking for black people?
And to the people who got something to say about people boycotting Asian businesses, why is it bothering you? Let's start there. Heart posture is everything. Even the black people coming out and critiquing it, why is it bothering you? Why? Is it bothering you that black people don't want to spend their dollars with people that treat them like crap? Tell me. Tell me. And then I hear some people say, well, the Asians have everything. They have this app. Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know, so we're going to do what we can and let people do what they can do. Why is that bothering any of you people? Start there. Tell me, why is it bothering you, especially black people? That since people are coming out, not the violent, stupid people, but people that choose not to spend their money with these people. First, especially it's a lot of the Republican conservative people. First, y'all was all on Ice Baby, and now y'all against black people with everybody, right? Yeah, this is what I say. This is ridiculous. And that's why I had to stop speaking out like to black people so much and reprimanding us, because people don't know how to take it into context. Because you're reprimanding your own people. People think it's a gateway or a doorway for racist other weird shit to go on, and that other people can stand up and try to dog black people out all day. That's not what I'm here to do. That's not what I'm here to do. And a lot of black people don't mind that shit, but I mind it. I don't like that shit at all. I don't see what's the point. How is that bothering you? Finally, black people are coming together some sort of way. Why is that bothering anybody? Please, somebody get up here and tell me. Why? Why is that bothering? Oh, they could be doing this. There's people do. That's great. Let it start somewhere. It's not hurting nobody but them pockets of them Asian people who want to treat us bad. Don't act like this just started. Like I said, back since the 90s, I've been getting treated like shit in all kind of Asian shops. So what's the problem? This is crazy.
I love when the black community says, let's boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps, the Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the black culture and the hip hop culture. What do you think that's made in? That's made all in Asia.
You know what's crazy about every Asian person that's trying to taunt black people for saying that they want to support the black community and boycott Asian businesses? They all scream the same thing. Your clothes, your products, your this, your that is all made in Asia. Like they discovered geography all of a sudden. Yes, corporations outsource labor to Asia because it's cheaper. That is not the same thing as intentionally supporting Asian-owned businesses. I think some of y'all should learn that difference before y'all try to clap back at black people for supporting their own community. Nike being manufactured in Asia doesn't make it Asian-owned. Ford using factories overseas does not make it an Asian-owned company. Y'all are confusing exploitation of cheap labor with ownership, wealth circulation, and community economics, because some of you who have been making those little retaliatory videos think made in and owned by are the same thing. They're not. Black people saying they want to be more intentional about where their money goes is not racism. Every community practices group economics and y'all call it community support. Black people do it and suddenly everybody got to think peace. Everybody got a fake degree in international trade. And let's stop pretending these billion-dollar corporations love anybody. They will manufacture anywhere where labor is cheap. If tomorrow Antarctica got the cheapest labor, you will have penguins sewing denim by 5 a.m.
So we all have seen the Asian guys saying that we can go ahead and boycott Asian businesses because they don't need us. So we're going to use my comment section and my post to do said that. If you sell toilet paper, paper towels, do nails, if you provide any type of service that us black people use in whatever state that you stay in, whatever city, state, wherever you are in the world, promote it down in my comment section below. So we are going to basically use this as a reference for when we need anything. That way you'll be able to search my comment section for you to use whatever business that we need from now on to be able to use. I don't know why they feel the need that we need them when we didn't need them before, and we do not need you guys now. So, with that being said, this is the time for us to prosper as one and basically come together, or, basically use our resources as we always did. So, leave it down below. Let us know what you do. If you want to show your work, post a picture, put your city and state. That way everybody knows where you are, and let's do them just like we did everybody else in every other business.
Y'all, we're supposed to be supporting black-owned businesses and leaving the Asians alone. Why is y'all still in American Deli and Touchdown Wings? Why? Y'all can't leave that shit alone for a month or two?
Okay, so I basically did this video because I had a couple of things to say. Now, if you're watching this video, first of all, it's not as if black people are against the whole of Asia, right? Now, the reason why black people are actually putting this is because the guy came out to say he's Asian and every business consumes, every black American consumes black businesses. That is where the problem came in. Now, we know very well that the person in the case of Richard was a Chinese man. But the fact that this other guy came out to say, let's boycott Asian businesses and see the effects, that's what is causing all of this. And to be honest, that was so wrong, because you're not only putting yourself in danger, you're putting other people's businesses, other people's livelihoods in danger. Now, look at what is happening. Black businesses now are booming, which I'm very happy for that. Shout out to my blacks. We're taking this very seriously. Black businesses are booming, but what about the Asian businesses? They're losing clients, they're losing credibility, and a whole lot is going on. Now, I love the fact that other Asians came around to speak about the fact that this guy was Chinese. This guy wasn't actually he's not like Asian, he's actually from China, and let's focus on them. But the truth is, this guy made a bold claim saying that let's find out what happens if the boycott was that Asian businesses. And now let me tell you this, the black community is one community that you shouldn't mess with in 2026. Do not try it, my friends. Do not try it. We've suffered the most, we've gone through the most, we helped you. In fact, you watched the video where this guy broke down the history of blacks helping Asian people to settle in the US. That is something that is unique and is true. You got to remember that the white man is not going to allow you. That's why you're opening your stores in black neighborhoods. For a fact, black accept any kind of person, regardless of color, race, or whatever. And now you coming back to fight against us is something else. Now, honestly, I do not believe justice was served, because the kid was already racially profiled from the start. And that's what happens, especially to our women when they go to do their medicals and pedicures. They're already racially profiled and treated in some kind of way. Now, if you're seeing this already boiling up, it's because it happened to so many people, and people are taking it up to themselves. Shout out to all the Asians who came out to speak about this, because if it was a reverse role, it would have been terrible. And I think it has come to a point where we have to realize something, right? Black people are the only people that will help Asian people. You see, all these whites sitting quiet, they don't really care about it. They don't really care. You have to realize that black people are the people that are going to help you to succeed in this country, and it's been proven already in history. So you don't pick up your things and say, you want to dare black people. It's absolutely wrong. Now, the businesses that black people are already running, I love it, and I love it so well. Now, people are taking advantage of this situation, making lots of videos, talking about their businesses, posting their work online, and it's going very, very viral. As we speak right now, the intensity is getting very bad. And the funniest thing is this, the Asian people are starting to wake up. They're starting to realize that that guy did not speak for them all. They're actually, I don't know what to use, the word to use here, but they don't want that to happen. And I think at some point we'll start seeing Asian people walking up to the streets and actually telling other people to stop Chinese people from destroying them. It gets even worse, right? It gets even worse. With all this that is happening, right? Is there a solution? You're asking yourself, is there a solution? I'm asking myself, there's a solution? There's only one solution. Asian people should come online and apologize. In fact, the guy who actually started all this should apologize for it. I'm pretty sure that guy's business has been ruined. In fact, all businesses linked to him should be ruined by now, because black people obviously want to target him in specific. Look at what he has cost himself. Obviously, this is not good for anyone. It's not even good for the black community itself. Asians and blacks are supposed to be together. They're supposed to be working hand in gloves, because we're the one that are going through the most racially profiled in the United States. We have to wake up. We got to wake up. So if you're watching this video, please share it to the next person who needs to see this message, who needs to be aware of this. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.